What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 74 of the Rise to Glory here with Gibraltar Apex. And today I have for you guys the final game of our Champions League campaign, possibly for the year. We need a pretty impossible result. We have to either beat or no, we do have to beat Arsenal. I'm pretty sure that's the situation we're in because the separation rules for the group stage are done off head-to-head record, and unfortunately for us, if we look here, Benfica's head-to-head record is better than ours. If we win, I mean, we should theoretically, in fact, no, if we win, we will definitely get to at least the Europa League group stage. So that's got to be the aim, to try and get an impossible victory here against Arsenal. Of course, we've already got one draw and one kind of win in the group stage, which have come in our last two games. So we're on what I want to consider good form. Of course, Arsenal being top of the group and having been unbeaten are going to be a pretty tough team to beat. But you know what, we're going to give it our best shot here. We go into this game with not a lot of pressure on us. It's the final game of the group stage, as I mentioned. It is at the Emirates Stadium as well. In terms of the team, we're actually going to play the exact same team, I believe, that we played in our previous league game. I don't know if I want to change anything. I mean, Mick Vitty's back from injury, which you saw him get injured at the end of last episode. But he's not match fit. So I don't think I'm going to play him today. Instead, I think we're just going to stick with the team we played in the group stage last time out, for the most part. If you look here, we've played one game since the last episode. 3-0 result, not the biggest win in the world against Lincoln Red Imps, but a good result. And I think we're going to stick with that team pretty much for today. It's pretty much the standard team. I think actually I'm going to play Jer ahead of Russo in the kind of attacking position. So we're going to go with the JJ partnership of Jackson and Jer. Midfield, Smith, Cruz, Bouchard and Silva. That's pretty standard. With, I guess, the exception of the fact we don't have Mick Vitty playing right mid for us. And then at the back it is what I consider to be pretty much our strongest 11, with the exception of I've decided to bring in Marriott into the side and drop John Flanagan, who's just really been, I guess, a little bit underwhelming since we brought him into the squad. So anyway, this is the team we're going to go with. Let's submit it. Paul Smith going to take the armband today. That works for me, the Australian. A big player for us. I think I've got it set to the counter-tactic. In fact, no, I haven't. Right, so I need to change to the counter-tactic kind of as soon as we kick off here. I'm going to try and encourage the players, of course. Seems like we've got a pretty good team talk going on here, which is always pleasing. As I mentioned, we need a win in this game. I'm not going to worry about the Basel kind of Shakhtar game. We're going to go with the flow. I'm sure the result will pop up in the top right every so often. If we could get a draw here, that would be great, but it's going to be a massive ask. Arsenal, you know, unbeaten in the group stage. To try and beat them today is going to be a challenge, but we'll see what we can do. They're on the attack here early on, and Rui Pedro scores. I mean, that's not the start we wanted, is it, after 1 minute, really? I mean, perhaps I should blame it on the fact we switched to the counter-attacking system, because that seems to have done us absolutely no favours here. Arsenal getting an early lead. 1-0. I mean, it's a set piece that we don't fully clear, and then questionable defending. I mean, the fact they've got 3 men in the centre marked by Marriott stood on his own at the back post, I mean, it doesn't really bode well, does it? Of course, it's worth mentioning, last time we played Arsenal, we were winning for 5 minutes. Today, we just need to end the game winning. I mean, how hard can it be, really? I mean, can't be that hard, can it? Cross comes in, actually. Silva, Jer, can he finish it? He can. I mean, maybe I should eat my words. It's 1-1 here. Jer, a player who I brought back into the squad for today's game with the goal. And I mean, at 1-1, suddenly, dare I dream? Dare I believe? I mean, if we could get a draw here, that would be a great result. We need a win if we want to make anything more of this. But Jer with the goal, a little bit against the run of play, you know, hitting Arsenal on the counter, but I'm not going to complain one little bit. And yeah, we are looking good here. I can't afford, unfortunately, to get too emotional, because I must be honest, it's 12:30 at the moment in the middle of the night. And I don't want to wake up the neighbours, but, I mean, if we could somehow get something here, that'd be amazing. Although, as I dare to dream, we concede, and it's the Conte who actually scored 2 against us last time we played Arsenal with the goal there. And he just finds free space at the edge of the box, and that's inexcusable. Right on the penalty spot, slots home. I mean, Italo in goal, questionable goalkeeping, I think it's fair to say right there. Couldn't get to it, and now, well, they've got another set piece here. It's cleared off the line by number 34. Who is number 34? Oh, it's a right back, so it must be, what's his face? It doesn't matter, let's defend. Italo, I mean, he's parried that onto the crossbar. I mean, let's not complain. It's a nice save, but we're riding our luck just a little bit here. At half time, though, It's only 1-0. I'm going to tell the players show me something else in the second half. I want them to be fired up for this game. And actually, I think in this second half, I think we're going to go for something a little bit ballsy. We're going to change things. We're going to go for it. Because I feel like it, and I feel like this is perhaps the approach we've got to take now. So I'm going to be Bouchard up into a more advanced role. I'm going to sub off Jer, I think, instead of Jackson. Although part of me wants to bring in Delorme, if I'm honest. Right, let's undo this. I'm not going to take Jer off. I'm going to leave Jer on for now, although I might sub him off in kind of a little bit of time, just because he's not the best player in the air. But we're going to switch to the 4-2-3-1 and see what we can do. I mean, it's high risk, high reward, isn't it? We need 2 goals to win to go through, and that's kind of what I'm looking towards now, more so than perhaps just trying to get a draw, because a draw doesn't do anything for us. Neither does really consolidating our position and just defending. So we're going to try and go for it. Looking at the stats, we're doing nothing at the moment with the ball. Absolutely nothing. We need something to change. I'm going to make some changes. Jer, I'm going to bring in Delorme. And I mean, Paul Smith's had a pretty bad game there. I'm going to bring in Russo. And I'm also going to change our wingers to inside forwards on attack, which might seem a little bit odd. But we need to start committing more men up the pitch. And I'm hoping with those guys tucking in narrow, we might be able to create some more opportunities. But I mean, we've done all the tactical changes we can do now in terms of subs. It's now up to the players to try and make some magic happen here in the last 20 minutes. I'm going to give them a team talk of passionate and encourage. I want to try and motivate them as best we can. 22 minutes left in this game. I mean, if we could get a goal now, it makes things a little bit interesting, but we've got to defend well. And Lecomte, with a real chance, squanders it that time. Arsenal, still only the 1 goal in it. But at the moment, they're playing a lot better than us. They've been by far and away the better team in this game. And we are struggling a little bit, I think it's fair to say at this point. I'm going to move Bouchard up the pitch into an advanced playmaker role as well. Very limited time here now on the clock. 10 minutes left. I mean, 2-1 wouldn't be a bad result, I guess, just in the general scheme of things. But if we could get a goal now, makes it interesting. Silva, Delorme scores. I mean, it's 2-2. We need another goal, but we've got a goal out of nothing right there. And now we just had to keep going, don't we? Cruz, you're going to become a box-to-box for us right now. We've got to go on the attack. We've got to make something happen here. We've got, 8 minutes to try and get a goal, and time is ticking away. There's a chance, though. Braun. Delorme, he's made an impact since he came on. Patterson crosses it. No one in the middle. Blunder. Keeper clears it for a second. I thought you had a chance. Now Arsenal on the break. Lecomte with the chance. Goes wide. Hits it wide too. But that was an opportunity for us. Unfortunately, looking at the clock, it's ticking away. This game's going to finish 2-2. I mean, it's not a bad performance away from home. Russo, set piece, hits it over. I mean, for a second, I thought we were going to have a David Beckham v Greece moment. Unfortunately, not to be. I'm going to tell the players they were unlucky tonight. I mean, to come back from behind like we did and get a 2-2 isn't bad. I mean, 2-2 away against Arsenal. Can't complain about that. Unfortunately, we do go out of the Champions League, which is disappointing. But we got 5 points. We got as many points as Braga. In fact, not Braga. But where did Braga come from? Benfica. Wrong Portuguese team beginning with the letter B. I'm sorry to all the Benfica fans out there. I mean, that's not bad, is it? As much as I feel a little bit disappointed perhaps to go out, to get 5 points, to get the same amount of points as Benfica, this is the first year really where we've not been completely spanked in the Champions League, and for that we've got to be kind of quite proud. Our previous best points total was 2 at this stage in the competition, it's worth remembering. And it is at least a sign that we are slowly starting to progress, and the fact that we've been as competitive as we have been in these last few games gives me food for thought going forward, I think. But anyway, guys, that is going to wrap up this episode from me. Disappointing to go out, I guess. In terms of episode 75, nothing going to be too special. I don't think it's going to be kind of the mid-domestic season review. Hopefully, I'll see you guys for that live com. We'll, of course, then for episode 76, have the kind of end-of-season cup final episode that we traditionally have. And then to kick off, of course, season 11, we're going to be back in the Champions League, hopefully, in our brand new stadium. So there's lots of stuff to look forward to. Not a bad campaign. A little bit sad, I guess, to end it with 2 draws. But nevertheless, 2 good performances there. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash the like button. If you've got any comments, leave them down below. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys on the next one, as we will be reviewing, as I mentioned, kind of our domestic season as it goes in Gibraltar.